Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tat Savitrvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Namaste and welcome to Pramanik Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic Astrology. In this video, we are going to talk about Ketu in the Nakshatra of Hasta, Pada, symbolism and more. So keep watching. And if you want to learn Vedic Astrology step by step, join my 33 days Vedic Astrology bootcamp. Link is in the description. Or if you want to start your Vedic Astrology journey, you can start watching my videos, or you can join my free workshop for 3 hours. Link is in the description. Check that out. See you on the other side of the training. Ketu in the Nakshatra of Hasta. What is the planet Ketu? Ketu is a planet from the past life. These are the things which we have mastered in previous life. Now, it depends whether we are carrying forward the same karma or we are moving on to the other direction. That depends upon the lords of the Rahu and Ketu, how these karmic depositors are playing out in your chart. That plays an important role in your journey. But Rahu and Ketu are the planets. Yes, I have to call them planets for the sake of convenience. Just be with me. So these are the planets, shadow planets, which determines your soul's journey, progress, how you are moving out from one life to the other. Ketu is a planet which is internalized energy. Ketu is all about looking back, looking inside. And that's why Ketu is considered as a conservative planet, orthodox planet, which is nothing but looking back. And Rahu is a forward-looking planet, a planet which is way ahead of its time and hence misunderstood. So Ketu is conservative. The planet Ketu is all about bringing change by going inside. Ketu likes to play inside out. So he goes inside for the solution. He goes inside for energy, guidance, alignment. All these things, Ketu looks inside. Ketu energy is intense energy, is subtle energy. But at the same time, Ketu is more clear about who that person is. Rahu is about confusions, but Ketu is clarity. Why? Because we have already been through that energy. So whatever skills we have are the skills which we have already worked on in the previous lives. Hence, people appreciate that in our lives. You may not feel good about it because of your Ketu placement. You feel the lack into that area, but other people will find you genius there. Okay, we have already made a separate videos on Ketu through houses, through Rashis, for Ascendants, everything. Check out the playlist. Today we are going to talk about Ketu specifically into the Hasta Nakshatra. What is Hasta Nakshatra? The literal meaning of the word Hasta is hand and smile. Smile is also Hasta. And when we say Hasta, hand shows so many things. Hand shows skills. Hand shows strength, determination. Hand also shows hiding. It also shows the fighting spirit. Hand also represents ability or mastery over certain things. It is about the craftsmanship. So hand is not just hand, it has so many other meanings to it. So Hasta Nakshatra has all the significations associated with the hand. Hasta Nakshatra is a creative nakshatra, but more than creativity, it is more like a doing something with your hands. Hasta Nakshatra is more about doing things with your hands, creating things with your hand, playing games with your hands. Before that, before we go into the deities, symbolism and other things of this nakshatra, the range of this nakshatra is 10 degrees of Virgo to the 23 degrees 20 minutes of Virgo. It has 4 padas. First pada goes into Aries, second in Taurus, third in Gemini, and fourth in Cancer. First pada is Ashtamamsha and second pada is Pushkarnavamsha. We are going to talk about it in detail at the end of this video. So stay tuned. We were talking about the Hasta Nakshatra, the literal meaning of the word Hasta and so on. The deity associated with the Hasta Nakshatra is Savitar. Savitar is solar deity which is about a rising sun. When sun rises, life begins. We are able to see so many things. We get clarity. We get what we are supposed to do. This Savitar has one more sister called Usha, which is nothing but the dawn, which is the time of the day, which is right at the beginning of the sunrise. And he also has one more sister called Nakta, which is at the evening time. So 3 of these deities are responsible for day's functioning. And to invoke the divinity, to invoke or to pray to this rising sun, we pray to Gayatri. We pray to Gayatri mantra. Mantras are associated with this Savitar. Savitar is a royal, smiling, jovial, and happy deity. But at the same time, it is all about the royal things. The Savitar is also associated with the happiness and is also associated with wealth, especially the gold. So we invoke this deity with Gayatri mantra. Om Bhurbhuvasva Tat Savitru Arenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. And with this, we invoke this in Bhurbhuvasvaha. These are the 3 lokas. And so on. It has each word of this mantra, 24 letters. Each word, not even word, each letter of this mantra activates some nadi, activates some powers within you. But that's a different story. But Gayatri mantra is the most powerful mantra. And that is associated with the Hasta Nakshatra. Now, what happens when Ketu comes into the Hasta Nakshatra? The planet of spirituality comes into the Nakshatra, which is about the Gayatri mantra. So these people have the ability to master the mantra. These people have the ability to connect with the Gayatri mantra, to connect with the mantra. Okay. Now, Ketu is also the planet about the self. Remember, if you look at the Ashwini Nakshatra, is the Dasha ruled by Ketu and all the things. So, Sun is associated with Ketu. The planet of past life comes into the Nakshatra, which is about skills. Ketu itself is all about the skills you have mastered in your previous life or in your journey of soul. Now, the planet of previous life skills is coming into the Nakshatra, which is about the skills. And what is the greatest skill of the Hasta? What Hasta wants you to achieve? Hasta wants you to achieve and understand the divinity around you. With Savitar, when it's light all over the world, Hasta Nakshatra wants you to see the God everywhere. And that's the highest form of Hasta. The skills and all of the powers which we get is a byproduct of understanding the omnipresent God, the divinity around us. And that's why that Savitar, that sun, that God, the rising sun is helping you. The planet of Ketu is a planet of lineage. Your maternal lineage can be seen with the Ketu. Now the planet of your DNA, the planet of your maternal lineage is coming into the Nakshatra about the skills. The Nakshatra of mastery is coming into the Nakshatra of skills. So these people are gifted. These people are gifted with all the qualities of the Hasta. Apart from that, they are carrying forward the skills from the previous life. So you will see with the Lord of the Ketu, with the house occupied by the Ketu and the Rashi occupied by the Ketu, you will know what kind of skill this person has brought from his previous life, and whether he is following it or not, whether he is following his Ketu or he is following his Rahu. You have to see that from the chart. Okay, and that's what the Ketu in the chart signifies through its lordship, through the placement in houses and so on. This nakshatra has 4 padas. The first pada of this nakshatra goes into Aries, which is Ashtamamsha. What is Ashtamamsha? We have already discussed that. When the pada of the nakshatra is 8 places away from the Rashi. So Virgo is the sign and Aries is the pada. So Aries is 8 places away from the Virgo. So the Aries pada will become Ashtamamsha for the Virgo. And that's why when Ketu comes into this nakshatra, when comes into this Aries pada, it brings in transformation. It brings in sudden change and makes you follow your skills. Especially if you are going through Ketu Mahadasha, Ketu transit, or Ketu is going over the important planets in your chart, then these can activate the transformation. But 8th house is all about the transformation, and Ketu is the change agent. Ketu is a planet which brings in change, and he has his own way to bring change. He makes you think and then act. He makes you feel certain things in certain ways and make you go internalize your energies and think about it, what's going on. And that's how Ketu operates. He is not outward planet like Rahu. Okay, now the second pada of this nakshatra goes into Taurus. The Taurus pada is all about the strength, the fixed sign. Apart from that, it is also about your voice. Ketu is the planet about the feelings, and these feelings are not like the Cancerian feelings. These are the intuitions. These are the things which cannot be explained, and that's what is represented by Ketu. Ketu shows subtle intuitions which guides you. The messages from the divine can be seen with the Ketu. And now that planet is coming into the second pada, which is all about the voice, which is all about the way you speak. The second house, the second sign, is all about the speech. So these people are very good with speech. And when we say speech, it is also about the mantra. About when we are saying something, when we are chanting a mantra, is also the second house, is also the Taurus sign, is also about your Jupiter, is also about your vocal cords. All these things come into play. Now this Ketu coming into this second pada Taurus gives you mastery over the mantra. But for that, you also need to have a strong 5th house. Okay, we'll talk about it later. But when Ketu comes into the Taurus sign, it makes you steadfast. It gives you the strength into all the second house things. It gives you ability to value things. It gives you strength to chant the mantra, to master the mantra. The third pada of this nakshatra goes into the Gemini pada, and Ketu comes into Gemini, and Ketu is not comfortable here because Gemini is a outward planet, outward energy. Though it is Mercurian energy, but it is more like a outward energy which wants to mingle with people. And Ketu is aloof. Ketu is alone. Ketu likes to detach. Ketu doesn't like attachment. Ketu loves detachment. And Gemini is all about networking and connecting with people. That's what makes him uncomfortable into the sign of Gemini. Ketu doesn't feel comfortable with constant meeting people, constant new connections. He doesn't like that. He likes to just be with themselves, think about life, and then act. That's what Ketu is. The fourth pada of this nakshatra goes into Cancer Navamsha. Cancer is all about the feelings. Now the subtlety of the Ketu is going into the motherly love of the Cancer. So these people transform and understand the feelings necessary for them to grow. These people understand the right way of feeling towards certain things. When Ketu comes into the Cancer Navamsha, the feeling or the understanding about certain things becomes mature. So the mastery over the feelings come through when Ketu comes into this Cancer pada. So yes, this was Ketu in the nakshatra of Hasta through padas and all the symbolism associated with Hasta nakshatra and more. So if you want to learn Vedic astrology, or if you want to get started into Vedic astrology, watch these two videos on your screen. Or if you want to learn Vedic astrology, go and enroll yourself for 33 days Vedic astrology bootcamp. Link is in the description. Sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibrations. See you in the next videos. Love and peace. Namaste.